Hello YouTube and welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Wildling Village. So, I actually recorded the second episode and my microphone was muted. I know, I should have known this by now and I need to mute Skype. You thought I would have learnt by now to actually check the microphone's recording, but I haven't had any issues like that for a while that I completely forgot. Everything went fine, recorded like a 20-minute episode and then realised my microphone was muted literally just after I hit the end record button. But what we did was we started filling in the walls. So I've used a mix of different cobblestones. We've got the normal cobblestone, the dark cobblestone. I wanted this one to feel a bit more like a tent. We're going to mix this up a little bit more, make it look a little nicer at some other point. And then for this more important building, we mixed the two together. So we've got dark cobblestone at the bottom, the thick cobblestone, then medium cobblestone, and then we've got this really small one just mixed in. Just every so often, just to highlight it. I think it looks really nice, especially this wall really adds a lot to it, and I'd like to see like a castle made out of this. Actually, I think it would look quite nice. But for this episode, we're actually going to take some stone brick blocks, and this is quite a boring process, but I do think it looks really good, and especially for this main building. Maybe one or two other ones. I think I will. I'm not going to do this for all the buildings, but if you've watched my small Nordic Let's Build series, I wouldn't recommend going back and watching it because it's awful. But if you did watch that, or you've watched my small Nordic house tutorial, you'll know this technique and where I'm going with this. But if not, you might be in for learning something new. It's quite a nice idea, and I do this on quite a few different things. It's not just this style that I like to do this for, but you can see that we've just done a full line of stone brick and a full line of stone brick stairs. And then what we're going to do is go into sections like here, maybe punch a few bits out, and then just sort of put it pieces back in. I actually need some slabs as well. Where are the slabs? We go stone brick slabs as well, and we can just put those in like that and just really start to break it up, and even put like missing bricks in. So we'll put another one there maybe, and turning that one on the side so it's a bit longer than a full block, which makes it look a bit more dynamic and interesting. So just put that in there, put one of those in, turn that way so it's got a small bit of a bit missing. Break this down. I especially like doing this on corners. I don't know why. I think it's because it really shows off this the stone texture that you've got there. And then I'm actually going to put that in upside down and put a slab on top of there, turn that stair out, and it's just completely random, and it's a very simple idea. It works really well for breaking it up. And there is another thing as well you can add is stone bricks, cobblestone walls even. So this even works for default very easily, very nicely. Really works with a lot of different techniques, a lot of different things that can bring this together. You know, don't just have to use Conquest for this. It's not Conquest specific. It does take a bit of time to sort of go through, but it does have a really nice effect in the end. So I say it's worth doing it. I recommend doing it. Just punch a few more out. I'll probably speed up the rest of this now and then just sort of cut back when I'm done. Okay, so another thing that I've just added in, just subtly, is every now and then we've got some cracked stone bricks. So if you look at it from this side, you can see those in there. You can also add mossy stone bricks, but I don't really want to do that since this environment is going to be covered in snow, and I don't think moss would really grow in snow. Not properly anyway. Not the way I'm thinking of it in my head. But there you go, that's a really small, nice idea, and it really helps to shape a build. I'm going to do that off camera for this house. Maybe that one and that one. But the bigger ones are going to do this. For the rest of this episode though, I'm going to work on the roof of this big main building. So at least we've got one house done, and then I can sort of do the rest off camera because you don't really need to see me doing that over and over again. I'm going to be doing these out of hay. But before we do that, I'm going to get some oak slabs, and I probably will end up changing this in the end. Actually no, we won't. I will do it out of hay first because it's going to get confusing because I forgot that this roof is angled. So we're just going to put in basically along all these ridges we're going to put in some full blocks of hay. And then we're going to start to try and sort of bring them together in some sort of way or form. We'll do all this quite easily. And then we're going to join up the middle blocks and just work on one section. That should be fine. So you can even do it that along there, because that's that ridge. And like that. There we go. So these can actually join up quite easily, and that can join up quite easily. And in fact, I'm also going to do that, and then we have our central pillar. And notice that these are going 3 and then 2, and that's going 3, and that's going 2 and then 3. And that's kind of deliberate, because it's going to add a more interesting shape. And how's that? Well, that's interesting. One side's lower than the other. And I'm just going to raise this side up. It'd be easier to do it this way, so I'll just raise this side up instead of lowering the other side. And then put some cobblestone in there, like that. And then put the other cobblestone in, like that. And cobblestone's another block that you could add to this here. You know, I've already got cobblestone walls in there. You could add cobblestone in, it'll make it look even more beaten down and broken down, that stuff. So that's for you default users. That goes like that, and that comes out like that, and we need another block there. And there we go. Right. So now we can just look at these as individual sections and just join them up together. So that's going to go across here and probably just stay flat like this. And then this one's going to come and then go down, and then this one's just going to go flat, and that one's going to come across and then go down. A little bit like that. Quite simple, very straightforward, and it works and looks good. So that's going in there, this one's going straight across, that's going straight across, and then this is going to come 3 blocks, that's going to go 3 blocks, and we can join those up there. You see you've got this interesting shape. I can actually probably cut that in there, and that there. Does that work? Kind of works. I actually want to do this. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Right, and then this should be the most straightforward bit. These side pieces, they're just going to be all the way straight across. So same again here, straight across, and straight across. I'll be changing this to the grey thatch as well, I think. And that's going to make this look best. And then we just need to do the same again. So it was 3 and then 2, and then 3. Come on, like that, and then 2. Then why is this wrong again? Oh, it's not. And that's going to be 3, and that's going to be 2, and that's 3, and that's 1. That would be 4. Yeah, this is right. Sure, of course it's right. Almost right. Oh, what am I missing? She needs to go quite far back, that, doesn't it? So that needs to come 2 blocks that way. Is it 2 blocks or is it 1 block? It was 2 blocks. That I can get rid of. That can go there. So this needs to go 2 blocks that way. That needs to go 1 block that way. That's right. Let's just check this side. Yep, and there you go. So we've got our roof in place, and that's quite a distinctive shape. It's quite nice. It's not taller than the tree, so that's good, because I do want this tree to feel quite big. This area actually is extremely big, where these houses are, but I suppose that makes sense, because there's a lot of wood here, so they would have cut a few trees down. Maybe we'll put some stumps and stuff around the edges. We're also going to have like that, and I think I'm actually going to put the doorway here, so it's really enclosed, this doorway, this entrance. Now we need to mix it up, so we're going to do this, get a stick, I'm going to find out which of these are grey thatch and which ones we can mix in together. So we want that. Is that it? Is there only... I don't know if you guys just heard that, but some drug people screaming outside. Quite scary. Right, so basically just those those 4 materials. I don't know. We'll just use those anyway. So we've got 170, 2 and 3. So I'm going to get a brush out. And then / brush sphere 170:2, 170:3, size 5, mask 170. And there we go. Change this all to grey and it'll look really nice and dirty and dank, and there we go. So all that's left to do now is, if you've seen my how to roofs video, is we're going to add some virus slabs. Is it virus slabs? No, it's not. Add some oak wood slabs, which we can change to make it look like hay, and add some sandstone stairs, which look like the grey hay. Oak wood stairs look like normal hay, sandstone to look like this darkened hay. So we're going to use the slabs to give a nice overhang, and we're going to do something like this, where we can put stair block up like that, carry on the hay there. I'm even going to dip it down in some places, and like that. It goes up there. This would be a stair block. Then stair block there, stair block there. And change that to a stair block. It's pretty much just finding the guide, finding which way you want to piece everything together. For these little raised ridges as well, I'm going to add some stairs, just like this. Just mix it up a bit, and we're actually going to go inside and get rid of some of these blocks as well. So we're going to put stairs facing that way and like this, and just really break it up and make it look messy, which is going to look really awesome in the end. So I'm just going to go around and do all of these sort of techniques that you've seen me do over and over and over again, and I've kind of just gone over the basics of what I'm doing. So you kind of know where I'm going with this, and I'm just going to do all this off camera because it's going to take a while, and then I'll cut back and show you guys what we've come up with. Yeah, so that took a while, that took ages to do, but I think you'll agree the look is very, very nice. It looks very good, very organic and mixy up. You can see sort of the ridges where these pillars are. It looks quite nice. I'm really happy with the way that's turned out. That's the sort of look that the whole village is going to be going for. If using default, I'd recommend mixing maybe oak and spruce together to get a similar effect. But for the main part, it's just going to be, hay, like this. But yeah, I'm going to be doing that on these houses and all these houses except this little tent one. Still not convinced about this tent one, but we'll think of something to make. Like on the inside, it feels really nice, and I really like it on the inside. The outside, not so much. Are there any other? There's not really any other brown wools. We could maybe patch in and some like grey like that. But it's not. That's the dark grey as well, and it's not really dark enough. So maybe we go for black, patched in there maybe. Might have to go for black and brown and see how that mixes in randomly. We could also put, I don't know. Yeah, so we're going for those type of colours anyway, dark colours when we get onto that. Also going to be doing all of this for the other houses, probably off camera. I'll maybe do the last house on camera so you sort of know where I'm up to with that. And then we'll get onto doing details. So we'll do a couple interiors. We'll get to do some like stuff around the outside. We'll do some paths because we're going to have a main road going through here and a main road going through that side. That's why I've deliberately got these big gaps on these sides. As well as like smaller paths maybe in between that house and like in between here, and maybe a small one there, going off in different directions. I'm thinking of having a river probably around here somewhere, a small cliff around here somewhere, bit of a mountain and a cave or something over there. I don't know, just a few different things to make the plot a bit more interesting. So at the moment it's quite flat, and it's just this really, isn't it? So not too much to scream and shout about. That's it for this episode, guys. So if you've enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one.